My name is Manasi Rahul Naik. Basically, I am from a very small town between Mumbai and Pune. It's called Khopoli. For higher education, we shifted to Pune, and there I did my masters in computer science. I worked there for 3 years in Pune, and after getting married, I came to Japan in 2005. Since then we are here only, settled down for 15 years now. We are in Japan, and now in Japan I am working as a software engineer. I am working in Credit Safe as an application developer. So fortunately, I got a chance to become a volunteer in Olympics recently, and more fortunate is that I was working for Indian delegation. So I was there working in Indian office for our stars. So it was I feel myself as a luckiest volunteers of all Indians. As I told you, I am from a very small town. My town is in a ball of mountains. So from my childhood, I am very fond of mountaineering, hiking, trekking. But after coming to Japan, and also actually as a child during my school days, we used to watch lots of sport activities on television, also only sports channel. So I was fond of sports, but after coming to Japan, my mountaineering and trekking became a bit less, more focused on career and everything. So when we came to know that Olympics is happening in Japan, that too in Tokyo, we were started discussing which event to go, which sports to watch. And luckily on that website, I came to know that we can even apply for an volunteering. So I just grabbed that opportunity, because being a part of Olympics, and that too working for the country where you are there in for 15 years, to give something to that country. So it was a great opportunity, and that to become a part of volunteer itself is a great achievement, I think. Just for one, even if it is for one day, it is still a great achievement. So I just grabbed that opportunity. The process started in 2018. I have applied in 2018, and then there was a long pause, almost for 6-7 months. I thought I have not been selected, but later around October or so, I received a mail that I have been selected as a volunteer, and in a kind of a josh, I said that I will be volunteer for Olympics and Paralympics as well, for how many days you want, because I just wanted to be a part of that Olympics. So I said I can do anything except driving. I said I can do anything, and just give me chance to become a volunteer. And fortunately I got a chance in Olympics, and I got selected in Olympics as well as in Paralympics. So then the basic English training started, English language training started. There we had to give lesson from lesson 1 to lesson 16. For after every lesson they asked us to give tests. We had to pass. They gave us certificate for that. And when these trainings and basic trainings were happening, you know that in 2019 everything stopped because of COVID. So the focus shifted from Olympics to COVID, and again there was a long pause for another training or whatever mail. There was nothing for a longer period of time. But in those period, because they wanted to keep touch with us, they started giving us basic video trainings, like how to maintain your hygiene, COVID related hygiene. Also because the Olympics was in summer, how to handle yourself in a heat, how to maintain your health during if you are roaming around outside, for a city cast as well as for a Olympics volunteers. So also they gave us training, right, as a Paralympic volunteers. They also gave us training how to handle the differently abled people. So these basic trainings were going on, but still nobody knows that whether Olympic will be there or not. So we were not sure. So till 2020 June, actually we didn't receive any proper communication from them. As you know that 2020 Olympics postponed for 1 year. Then till 2020 December, we didn't had any reply. again after 2020 December, they started having Zoom conversation, Zoom meetings with the volunteers, past volunteers, or the officials, NOC officials. They started just for communication. I don't think there was a much training going on over there, but just they wanted us to be connected with them as a volunteer. So they started Zoom meetings with us, and it was not compulsory. But finally, in April, I got a mail that I got my role. I got selected as a Indian team. I received the mail that I got selected as India team, and I jumped up. Like, I saw there are only 4 volunteers, including me, only 3 of them, and 2 of them were Indian, 1 Japanese. And I didn't understand the meaning of India team, but I knew that I have to be connected with athletes or Indian delegation somewhere. So I was very happy and bit scared as well, because we saw all our stars only on TV, and that time in my mind it was like mixed feeling, or like I can see them, I will be with them, but I don't know how they will behave with me. So luckily my friend Vrishali Lohkare, she was also a part of our India team. So at least I knew that somebody will be there to communicate or to help each other, kind of. So when I got selected, I knew that we are already under volunteer, because almost 10,000 volunteers backed out during 2020. Later, slowly, even from my friend circle, many of them, because of a fear of COVID, or they didn't know that what will happen later, they slowly started removing their names from volunteering. So I already knew that we are under volunteer, but still becoming a part of India team itself a great achievement. So I was very happy, and I went ahead. As a role, working as an Indian team volunteer, I was working in Olympic Village, where the actual all officials and all the athletes were staying. So I used to go inside the Olympic Village. So I was fortunate one, because many of them can go till entrance of Olympic Village but cannot enter inside. So including our Indian team, I could able to see all the athletes from all around the world. So it was like dream come true. Yes. In Olympic Village, on my first day, when I enter Olympic Village, we had 3 hours of orientation training. So in that orientation training, they were showing us around just how to go, from where to go. For volunteers, we had separate path. We cannot go from anywhere to anywhere, because it is for athletes mainly. So they were showing us our path from where to go and all. And I saw a big team wearing Indian t-shirt were coming towards me, and I started jumping, because I knew that it's my hockey males team. So I started jumping and screaming, and all of my volunteers said, "What are you doing?" I said, no, these are my stars. And after entering the village, I saw so many of them at once. So that is start of my first day. Then slowly I met almost everyone, starting from Mirabai to PV Sindhu, everyone. So actually, as a part of volunteer, Indian team volunteer, my work was to be with Indian officials and work as a translator or interpreter, basically, because the drivers are all Japanese, that too volunteers. So wherever they are going, somebody was there with them. So I went, I'm very lucky that first day of Olympics, and I went with them to the weightlifting. And Mirabai was playing there, and her physiotherapist, Alap Zavdekar, he is also from Pune. He is working in Pune. So that physiotherapist, actually because of COVID, only three of them can go inside the competition area. So Alap Zavdekar came with us. He sat next to me, and I'm very fortunate, that very lucky that he was explaining me everything, that what Meera will do, and he was shouting. I can see he was shivering like anything, like he was shouting, cheering Meera, that come on Meera, use this, do this. And she won silver. I mean, first day, first competition, and we got silver medal. So we were crazy, we were jumping like crazy. In that, I asked Alap that please I want one photo with her, because as a policy, after any competition, whether you win or lose, you have to leave Olympic Village within 48 hours. In fact, you have to return to your country within 48 hours. So I knew that she will go back immediately. So I asked him that I need one photo with her, and it was too late. We came home, it was too late. So next day I went to the village. She was non-stop on the media, obviously, chatting with, giving interviews to media. And Alap used to come in the office for many things like travel, transport arrangement. We were handling all the transport arrangement, also antigen reports for going back to India. So all those, as a volunteer, it was our task as well. So we were handling that. And at 8 o'clock night, evening at 8 o'clock, Alap called me. Meera is having interview with Instagram. She will be having 5 minutes break, and in that 5 minutes she can give you photo. In fact, Alap promised me. It has nothing to do with Meera, right? But because Alap was a part of her team, somebody promised someone from her team. She was waiting for me. Whole team was there. Her whole team was there. She just I went there. She gave me 2 photos, hugged me, went immediately and started chatting again with the media. So in those 5 minutes she could have gone for rest, or just eat something or do something, but she was there for me, and she kept Alap promise for me. After Mirabai went back to India, our General Secretary of Weightlifting Committee, India's Weightlifting Committee, Sahadev Yadav, he came to Japan for Olympics, and I went with him for many events. And then he started telling us the stories about Mirabai. One very, very good story is like, after getting medal, when she went back to India, many of ministers and everyone were there to welcome her. 5-star hotel was booked for her so that she can go directly to the 5-star hotel. And Sahadev's wife was also there. Just an introduction that Sahadev, as a weightlifting general secretary, not only he but his whole family is connected to Mirabai. And when she was nothing, just a beginner of weightlifter, she used to stay with them. And actually his younger son, he was very young that time, and she used to stay in his room with him, with them actually, whenever she is there in that city. So that day also, Sahadev's wife was there, and Meera went directly to her and said, cancel the booking, I am going to home. Even if I didn't, even if I lost, she was there always, and this time also she came. So now also I am going home. So first celebration of her medal in India, she celebrated at their house in a very simple small celebration. She went to his son is now in Canada, so she went to his room. She took a picture of him and took a photo with him, that you are with me as well. So I want to say that they are so down to earth and humble that they are not forgetting their roots, and that is the reason they are stars. So as a volunteer, Indian volunteer, my main task was to collect test sample kit from the COVID center, distribute it, and then call the coaches and hand over the kits to them for their athletes. Also, every morning they used to give us the sample that we have to submit it to the COVID center again. So it's kind of every day's task. So that for that reason I used to call many coaches And for the bigger team, I used to call the coaches, and for the smaller team, directly the athletes. For example, gymnastics, there are only one athlete and one coach, Praniti and Lakhan. So both of there are very, actually for us they are just like a children, small children, but we used to call them, respect them, because what they are doing is great. Also I met Bhavani Devi, fencing. I mean, she is the one who introduced fencing in India. But if you see her, she's beautiful. She is very, very, very humble. If you see her like that, you will never realize that she is achieving so many things in her this age. Also, as a smaller team, Mahana Patel, Shri Hari, and from swimming. So they used to come also many times in the office for very small things, that they want a soap or very, very basic things. So we had a very cute small chats with them, and it's like a family. They started coming like a family. How about your lunch? I mean, how was it? Whether you like it or not? Very small talks every day. And for big, so it's like Mary Kom or PV Sindhu, these big people, they have their coaches to come to the office, or other team members to come to the office. So first day I didn't meet any of the stars kind of athletes. Second day also, whole day I was waiting for Mary Kom, because she's my idol. I just wanted to see her. And it was 10 o'clock at night, and I was waiting for her, at least a glance of her. But I thought, no, it's too late now, I will go home. I just wanted to hand over one ice bag to Praniti, and gymnastics Praniti, and I thought that I will leave. So I was holding that ice cubes in my hand in a plastic bag, and the lift door opened, and she was there. Mary Kom was there, and I was like, I didn't react. I just froze over there, and she said, she just did this action, what? And luckily I can spoke one sentence, that can I take photo with you, and said, yeah, sure, why are you doing so? I mean, she made me calm immediately. We took a photo, and after that I understood that every night she used to go for a walk, night walk. So then we saw her so many times walking here and there, that then we used to say, hi, how are you? That's it. But I mean, it was I feel myself very fortunate. For first few days I didn't meet PV Sindhu, but I went for her matches, and I thought that I will never meet her basically. But we are having a WhatsApp group. On that group, my name is also there, because I was handling all the antigen reports for going back to India. Also the transportation, Vishali was handling the transportation. So we were there in that group. So everyone knew our phone number. So when she won the medal, next day morning 6:40 a.m. first call I received was PV Sindhu. And I was like, I asked her, who is this? She said, I'm PV Sindhu. And I was like, what? I received a call from PV Sindhu at 6:40 a.m. And she was so excited that she wanted to go back to her family, to India. So she said, I didn't sleep at all, sorry I woke you up, but I want to know all the procedure, how to go back to India and all. And I got that chance, and I asked her, can I come to your room to give you your antigen report? So of course, sure, you can come anytime, you're there only. So I mean, I thought that she is a star, right? She said, no, not now, I'm tired or something like that. But no, she said, you can come anytime. And luckily, she only came to the office. She's so humble that she came to the office to say thank you to officials. And she took a photo with us, and I gave her earring, a small earring, as a token of my happiness. Just I gave her an earring. And I mean, I thought that she'll just take it and shake a hand, but she hugged me. So she hugged me and said, oh my God, you don't need to do this much for me. And she's very humble with everyone. And even after getting medal, she's just a simple girl for me now. that she can chat anytime, with anyone. In Olympic Village, there were big cafeteria for athletes, and we are not actually supposed to go inside, but our Indian delegation bought a coupon for us, and we entered only for one meal. So I knew exactly what food was there inside. So they had food counters like Asian, halal, Italian, like that, and vegetarian, but there are very less vegetarian options, and wherever the options are there, they are just boiled vegetables and so. So for Indian taste, just those, I mean, as an athlete, I think they can have non-fried stuff and all, but little masala should be there. Also, the food cafeteria, anytime you go, morning, evening, afternoon, it was open for 24 hours, but the menu or the location of that menu never changed. So Sania Mirza came after opening ceremony. So I thought that I will, and she came for one match, and immediately after 2 days she left. So she was there only for 4 days. So she was about to leave next morning, and so it was already 10:30 at night, and I was about to leave for home. So I thought that I will never meet her. And I'll tell you about the lift. Our Indian office, building number 15 is India's office, and second floor is an office for all the countries which are staying in that building, and from 11th to 17th floor our Indian athletes were staying. So there are only 2 lifts. From one gate there are only 2 lifts, so there are actually 3 gates. So but till 11th floor they had to wait for 10 minutes or so for the lift. So I was inside the lift, I came down and the lift door opened. She was outside and said, finally lift came, let's go inside. She was very excited to go inside the lift and go up, and I just shouted, Sania Mirza, and she stopped. Her coach was there and she stopped, literally she asked the coach, go ahead, I will come later. She let go the lift. She didn't know that I am a volunteer. I told her that I'm a volunteer in India team and I'm working here, and I'm very happy to see you. She took a photo with me, spoke with me for 5 minutes, and then she again waited for a lift, another 10 minutes maybe. So Tejaswini Sawant is a shooter, but if you see her, she is a simple housewife. I mean, if you see her, you will never recognize that she is a shooter. And she used to come talk to me. She is a Marathi girl, so she used to come to the office just whenever she is having time. She used to talk to me a lot, and she was about to leave next day, and she called me. She called me directly and asked me, are you there in the village? I said, no, I'm coming tomorrow. She said, okay, but whenever you are in the village, meet me. Before going, I want to meet you. It should come from me, not from her. She is a star, not me. But she said, before going, I want to meet you. I also bought, for her also I bought earrings. I gave her the earrings. Immediately she removed her golden earrings and wore them. That thank you, I got something to take back. He was very focused. He was always in his room or at the training center, but I never met him. But after winning the medal, everyone decided, because it was the last day, so we decided to celebrate for him. And one of our friend from Seishinchu only, she made a cake for him. One of our volunteer ordered that cake. I took the cake from Seishinchu and went in the village, and we had a small celebration. So all the athletes came down with their medals, and we called him to come there, and everyone was standing in the corner. Everyone started clapping, and that shy boy he's very shy. He knew that this will happen, more than this will happen in India. But from that moment, he was very shy, and he started shaking hands with everyone. After he shook hands with all the officials and all, we were standing there. He came to us also, and he shook hands with us as well. He knew that we are volunteers. But everyone make us feel that we are part of a team. India team. Even as a volunteer, we were a part of a team. So he also shook hands with us, say thank. We said congratulated. He said thank you to us. Because of this, many of the athletes and coaches became kind of a friend, family to us. Like Shivendra Singh, now he's in my Facebook. Shivendra Singh is a coach for Indian hockey team. So I know about his family, his kids, and everyone. Then like Tejaswini Sawant, she told me to come to whenever you come to Pune, just come to meet me. Then Alap Zavdekar, he also called me and told me that he reached safely, and now we'll be connected on Insta, and definitely whenever you will come to India, meet me. Chinmay Bhide is from archery. So he also told me that whenever you want, we'll be in touch. So Manika Batra, even she is a star now. I mean, she's a beautiful girl, and she is in many advertisement. But when you see them in Olympic Village, they are just athletes. They are not stars. They are very focused, and they just want to achieve something, not medal, something to prove that we are there for Olympics. These athletes, I saw them on a video in video conference with Modi ji. So I knew that they are already stars. But when she came to the office and she started speaking with me, then I realized, oh, she is Duti Chand. So Duti Chand or wrestlings, those very small kids. When you see them, you don't feel like they are stars. They are very humble. They are actually stars, and still they are so humble. So, and I think because of that they are stars. So I will teach my kid, and I will do this myself as well, that whatever you achieve, just be humble. And if you are down to earth, if you keep to your roots, you will definitely achieve more and more and more in life. Also, as a volunteer, we used to get these batches. So for third day, I got bronze pin. Then on fifth day, I got silver pin. On 7th day, it was a lucky draw. So either you get a wristwatch or this pin. I am not lucky enough. Actually, I am very lucky, but not in this case. So I got this pin. Then on 10th day, you get a gold medal, gold pin. And on 15th day, you get a thank you card from Thomas Bach and this badge from Olympics Village. And as I started volunteering for Paralympics, they did exactly opposite. They said thank you on the first day. So this is a badge from first day of my Paralympics. So after Indian hockey team won the medal, we went to their room for taking photos and signature on a t-shirt kind of. And Manpreet Singh was there, and one of our volunteer friends, she said that I have a son and I will definitely ask her to go for hockey. And he immediately stopped her there. I am fan of sports, not hockey. So please ask him to go to pursue whatever he wants. Sports is must, but whatever he wants, not just hockey. So that is also, I mean, as a hockey player, but as a sportsman, he knows that it's not only hockey, it's everything. As an India team, I saw groups, archery, shooting, hockey. Hockey, men's, women were together, but hockey, boxing, they mixed up only at the last day. I feel that they should start mingling with each other or chatting with each other, or be a team, India team, and cheering each other up from the beginning. Then maybe it's a different story. Everyone knows that as Indians, we are fond of cricket. It's everything for Indians. So I asked question to one group that it's 21 days Olympics in 4 years, and you're still watching cricket. So they answered, nobody is watching. So it's like a vicious cycle, because nobody is watching, they are not getting sponsors, because they are not getting sponsors, they are not getting proper equipments. So I want to tell everyone that please, from our side, just do a small thing, that start encouraging them, start watching their videos. Their stories are amazing. Go and check about Praniti, how she came here, how she became a gymnastics. The stories about them are very encouraging. Start appreciating that, they will get more sponsors and we will be somewhere else for next Olympics.